Yes, it has been a while. And that space between the time that I put things out and I don't is purposeful. For me, I've learned that not always being in people's view is so helpful and so beneficial. And I actually wanted to share that today. I wanted to share that sometimes we don't need to be in front of people all the time. We don't always have to be in people's face or in their space. Sometimes the best type of rebirth or recreation or the best kinds of changes that happen within us is when we separate ourselves from other people. And now I know it may sound funny or silly or crazy, and it's like, what are you talking about? But have you ever felt like you're kind of suffocating just being around people, being around other people's energy, being around other people's opinions, thoughts, whatever the case may be? I feel like that is something that I've experienced, and I experience quite often. And I feel like it's more of like an empathic thing when you tend to take a lot of people's energy and you absorb a lot of things. So I'm sure a lot of people can resonate. But having time where nobody knows what you're doing, where nobody knows what you are working on, where nobody knows what your next move is crucial in life. Everybody don't need to know your next step, your next move, your next thought. Everybody don't need to know that. And I'm learning that. And it's so cool because it's like, what benefit does that have? Like, what benefit does everybody knowing your next move or your next thing, what benefit does that have? Because what it gives you is people's opinions, people's thoughts, people's views about what you're doing next, about what your next thing is, people's preconceived notions about their failed attempts or their successful attempts and what they think you should do and how you should do it and the way you should say it and how you should say it and the way you should navigate it and why you shouldn't do it this way and how you should do it that way and why you do it this way is wrong because they tried it and it didn't work for them. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I am learning that the best things that I do and my most favorite things that I've done and worked on is when nobody knew what I was doing. When nobody knew what my next move was some of my best work. And I say that because people want to help, and that's amazing. And some people just want to destroy and just want to critique. And that's cool too. But just allow yourself and give yourself time to just blossom in private. And I'm learning the beauty of my privacy, like learning how important privacy is and how sacred privacy is. I'm a private person in general, but learning how to build in private. It's hard for people to tear down it's hard for people to tear things down that they don't know where to attack at. Exactly. So is that for me. And it's just so amazing. And another thing I'm learning about building in silence and building in private and doing things privately and keeping my life more so to myself versus telling people everything about what I'm going through, everything that I'm feeling, every new thing I'm trying, whatever the case may be. I'm also learning that when we grow up, right? We grow up and we go from, child, teen, adult. That in between, I feel like us as adults, we kind of forget the things that made us us. So for example, one thing could be like enjoying to draw or color. And when we get older, we get stressed and life happens and things happen and it hits a little heavier, a lot more responsibilities come, whatever the case may be. So we try to find other ways to cope with that stress, with that frustration, with that pain, with that anger, with that grief, with that loss. But it seems like we tend to forget those things that used to eliminate or help us resolve those feelings as a kid. So something that I have been tapping back into is my creativity without judgment. Coloring is one thing. And coloring is something that when you first say it out loud, it's like you're grown and you're coloring. That right there is a limited belief because no. When I say it's so relaxing to color, listen to me, okay? It's so relaxing. And it's funny because it's like, this is something I used to do as a kid that I'm bringing back and doing now. But the way I make it more receptive to my adult self now is I mix it with something that I like to do as an adult. So your thing could be coloring, watching your favorite movies. It could be coloring, listening to music. It could be coloring, and some people might have a glass of wine. It might be whatever the case may be for you. But I'm learning, and coloring was an example. But there's other things that I'm learning to mix something that I used to do as a child and combine it with something I love to do as an adult. Whole different ballgame. It's amazing. It's so cool. Even reading now, it's like something I'm getting back into. And finding a new love of reading has helped too, because I mix something I used to like as a child with something I like now as an adult. And it's just so cool. Like we think because we're adults that we're so limited to things. We think because we're adults, we're so limited to what we can do, what we can't do. And we worry about what people may think if we do it this way or that way. Who cares? Who cares? Like, literally, who cares? I mean, you got people that's sitting and watching you and judging you, and then people who taking notes and watching what you're doing and trying to do what you do. Like, who cares? All that matters is that you're doing something to put your best foot forward. That's it. So those are just my little things that I came up with in my little time of hibernation. That's what I'm gonna call it, hibernation season. Listen, I'll be needing it. I'll be needing to go ghost for a little while sometimes. But yeah.